Good morning, everybody. Good morning. There you go. I got my Rockies shirt on. They won a game last night. It might be the only game they win the rest of the year, so we got to take it when we can get it, right? How about that? He's a Rockies fan. I've got two Rockies fans there. Very cool. Good morning, everybody. Just appreciate you all being out here. My name is Mark McIntosh, and I'm proud to be a spokesperson for the Hospice of St. John, Steve and Sharon and Shannon and the whole crew there that do such a wonderful job. And just congratulations to Recycle That as well. This is such a wonderful concept that you can take one person's trash, make it a treasure for somebody else, and a nonprofit benefits. That is a terrific trio. Thank you all. Give you all a round of applause. And so here we go. We're kicking it off. And the first person I'd love to introduce is probably no stranger to everybody here. She's a fantastic lady, a hard worker for the Hospice of St. John, the Foundation of St. John, the executive director, the one, the only, Shannon Clifford.
Thank you, Mark, and thanks for being here today. I know you're super duper busy, so thanks for taking time out of your day to be here. I also want to just say thank you to all of you for being here. We are very, very excited to be partnering with Recycle That to open this beautiful donation center. Hopefully, we are going to bring in 5,000 pounds of recyclable goods today. We're very, very excited about that, and we're very excited about what this means for the future of the hospice. Just really raising money to benefit a wonderful, wonderful program. The mission of the hospice is to provide alternative, supportive, and loving care for terminally ill and their families. And that requires many, many people and many, many wonderful services. So thanks to all of the people who provide those services. And thanks for all of you for being here to support the hospice and Recycle That as we open our donation center. And I am just really glad that you're all here. So again, thank you.
Thank you, Shannon. I think I'll just keep it down at this level here. I'm going to sing a little song. Barry White, roll, having fun. You know, Shakespeare once said, our doubts are traitors that make us lose the good we might win by fearing to attempt. Well, and speaking with Patricia beforehand, she had a vision. And I imagine there were a lot of people who said, Patricia, you're crazy. Never going to work. Can't do this. But she persevered, she put fear and self-doubt aside, and she allowed wonderment to win. And here we sit today. The very first Recycle That has been opened, and they're benefiting the Hospice of St. John, and it was the vision of this lady. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Patricia McCulley, the owner of Recycle That.
Thank you, Mark, and thank you, Hospice of St. John. This is an incredible group here, and I'm just amazed at the level of dedication of the staff and the families and the friends and the extended family of this community that has benefited, and you know, for a topic and a purpose that is always, it's dear to our hearts, but it's not something that any of us choose to experience. But because of our blessings of experiencing hospice and the things that hospice represents and does for our loved ones and our friends and our families in their greatest time of need, it's an incredible, incredible organization. I started Recycle That a couple years ago, and my vision was to connect charity to recycling in a way that they could generate funding for themselves. And my vision was not to identify a charity or the size of a charity, but any charity that we could support. And in doing that, there's so many good causes in this country that really need that partnership between business and charity organizations. If it wasn't for that partnership, we wouldn't be succeeding in our society and offering the needs that, so many needs that are out there. Hospice was the #1 on my list. And I didn't know which hospice organization, I didn't know when or where, But I knew from my experience with my father and a very close friend of mine that prepared me for them in my heart and in the development of Recycle That. And it's truly amazing with our employees. We have brought charities on that have a meaning to each one of us. It may not be universal within our staff, but each one of us has been connected in some way to a charity that really has changed their lives. And I just think that is a huge thing that business needs to look at when they're developing their goals and their missions, that somehow they reconnect to our social needs in this environment today. I want to tell you, Recycle That, our purpose is to connect the community to recycling through donations like this and teaching the community there is so much more we can do. And there is so much out there, there's so much waste and consumption that we have that really needs to be turned back in. You know, today I think we've done a good job with what we've had, but people don't realize 80% of everything we bring into our homes does not get recycled. It doesn't get sent back into the market to be reused or repurposed or remanufactured. We really have a huge potential to impact our recycling programs in our community through partnerships like this. And I just thank all of you for coming, and I'm so excited for the donation center today, and it's just going to be a lot of fun to see where we go with Hospice of St. John, and I just wish you all the best, and thank you.
Thank you, Patricia. Very well said. And I tell you, personally, you know, my father passed away a little over 5 years ago from lung cancer, and he spent his last weeks in hospice. And while it was, like you had mentioned, it was a very challenging time for our family and a very sad time, but at the same time, the love and care that he got at hospice was just unbelievable. I know our family will never forget it, and that's why I'm just so blessed to be able to hang out with Steve, Sharon, Cooper, and everybody else at the hospice. I just love you guys. All right, it's time to cut the ribbon. Patricia and Shannon, come on up here. We're going to cut the ribbon. Should we get this out of the way?
Those are big.
My goodness. There you go.
Are you going to help?
Oh my goodness.
You guys cut.
We actually got the...
Yeah,
We're gonna cut it.
cut it. Ready?
Yep.
Hey!
Can't do it again.
You better cut that.
Those are big.
Oh, it's officially open. Let's give it a round of applause. Recycle That, it's open. All right, we want everybody to stick around, have some fun, and there's refreshments, and there's going to be some kids' activities, and we're going to draw a name, right, for the first door prize. We're going to draw a name on every half hour. Winner does not need to be present to win, provided they have provided their contact information on the ticket. A little disclaimer. All right, the first winner, Deb Walters. Congratulations.
There you go. That's what we need around here.